If you feel you're studying so much already and you still can't see improvements in your grades, I'll promise you, go through the checklist, and if you stick to these tips, you will see positive results in no time. The following are proven strategies that have helped many students improve their test scores and prepare effectively for exams. Study with similar processing as is required during the test. Think about if you have a multiple choice test or essay questions, and then make your study situation match those requirements. If you have a multiple choice test coming up, I suggest splitting your study time in 2 parts. One part should be practicing recognition questions, but at least the other 50% of your study time, you should practice free recall questions. By practicing free recall questions, you'll create stronger memory and you'll be more likely to remember during the exam. Practice with a similar context as is required during a test situation. That means, is your test situation in a quiet room or a loud room? Are you sitting? How does your desk look like? Are there books out or is it empty? Is your chair comfortable? What do you see when you look up? Is the light artificial or natural? Try to recreate all these factors in your study situation. And when you're in a test situation and can't think of an answer, you'll be more likely to remember when your study situation matches the test situation. Have a mock test 3 to 4 days before your test, and it will show you what you still have to focus on. If you have an oral exam, try to practice with a friend or family member to simulate the test situation as well. Try to mix up questions from different chapters, and you'll be even more likely to create a test-like situation when you're studying. Use multiple modes when reviewing your study material. That means go for visual, auditory, kinesthetic input. Create strong memories by engaging all your senses. That means you can read or review quietly, you tell the information out loud to yourself or to your friends, you do clapping or self-high fives whenever you succeed. Just don't restrict yourself to one channel, but use all of your sensory channels to strengthen your memory. Plan your study time. I highly recommend having a term calendar, weekly calendar, and daily schedule where you can set aside regular time to study. So studying will become a regular and normal part of your life, and you will achieve higher test scores. Review your class notes daily to store them safely in your long-term memory. Don't cram and don't procrastinate. Start reviewing your study material as soon as it gets available, and you'll be able to spread out your study. By spreading out your study, you'll remember better what you learned, and you'll reduce the overall time studying. Review new notes and old notes and mix them up in order to store them in your long-term memory. If you start studying the night before your test, you will increase the amount of anxiety you feel and the negative self-talk such as, I can't learn this, or I'm never gonna pass, and it will decrease your performance at the test. Don't multitask, but stick to one task at a time. Your brain can't concentrate well if you're trying to do multiple things at the same time. When you're studying, try to minimize visual and auditory distraction. You turn off your phone, your social media, close additional tabs on your computer, because you want to create strong memories when studying. Have you ever heard of the checkerboard method? Be aware that studying similar subjects one after the other is not great for your brain. If you have to study French and Spanish vocabulary, you don't want to mix them up. So starting with one language, you might want to mix in some math or biology in between before continuing with another language. Studying similar subjects one after the other can be confusing for your brain. Get enough sleep. Power naps of 20 minutes can be enough to restore your energy, but not to consolidate your memory. Sleeping after your studying can be helpful for your memory, but you need to sleep at least 60 plus minutes to consolidate your memory. However, sleeping 60 minutes will have you wake up in the middle of a deep sleep cycle, which makes you feel groggy and tired after you wake up. So what you do is you sleep a full sleep cycle of 90 minutes after you study, and you will feel refreshed and have consolidated your memory. Ask your teacher for directions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Many teachers are open to sharing suggestions or even secrets what's going to be on the test. So ask what kind of topics there'll be, or even what types of questions. They might tell you or not, but it's worth a try. Find a study group. If you have a group of dedicated students you can study with, you'll be able to compare and share your notes, ask questions, explain difficult topics to each other, and even delegate study tasks. Set aside regular time in your calendar for your study groups, and you will benefit from the exchange.